Good morning, Bob. There's Eric. Good morning, Darth. Here we go again. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't be long before somebody mentioned Christmas. Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you? Got the Christmas tree up. Of course, you saw that from the cover photo. Yeah, Merry Christmas Eve. Right, exactly. Good morning, Nancy. You're having a white Christmas in Denver. It's kind of a cloudy Christmas here. We had a nice rainstorm that kind of blew in the last, about 36 hours. I think it's out. It's kind of gone now. Looks like it kind of all fizzled away here. Yeah, see, we're pretty much past it now. You can see Waco right there. So I think it's over. I never really got into the Home Alone one. I watched the first one. It was okay. It was never one of those movies that I said, yeah, I got to see that again. Yeah, I watched Christmas Vacation, no, probably about a week ago. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I mean, at the end of the day, she's no longer suffering, and her last couple of weeks were pretty miserable. So I'm glad that's over, and I'm glad it went as fast as it did. Rain in Iowa, yeah. Well, let's see what's going on in Iowa here. Oh yeah, it looks like it's the same storm that kind of blew through us here. Seems like it's running the length of the nation because this is Texas down here. Iowa's right there. Same storm. Brown Christmas in Minnesota. Yeah, I know. Despite all this rain, it's still like in the 60s out. But I guess we're supposed to have kind of a cold front coming in like tonight or something like that, and it's going to get cold at night, which is cool. That's sort of what Christmas is. It's what sometimes happens here. You lost one of your cats this week. I'm sorry, Eric. Hi, Dot. Your cat was named Wraith. That's a great name. Thank you, Gene, and thank you, Dot. Too deep in there, and your head's too fat, isn't it? Guess that's that. Train Village is fine. I don't have it on at the moment, but it's back there. Bite and Nibble get any Christmas gifts? Yeah, they get another free year of room and board. What's the most expensive gift that I get you, and how do I pick? How do you pick it up? You get my appreciation and my love and my Christmas greetings, and I can deliver that online. Ah, you thought you had me there, didn't you? All right, Eric's new short film is dropping. That'll be on your channel. You'd rather have cash? Yeah, me too. Cash is good. Reno, Nevada. Okay, I know where that is. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, I mean, this year Christmas and New and Christmas Eve fall on Sunday and Monday, so it doesn't affect me because I'm normally off on Sunday and Monday. But tomorrow I'll actually get paid 8 hours of pay for not having to work, just because that's how the holidays work. So this will be a nice paycheck. Hey Jeff, you're here early today. You didn't cancel church on Christmas Eve, did you? When we're going back, I'm going back to California. I'll be there. Well, the funeral is on the 9th. So I'm probably going to end up going the day before. And then I have to deal with getting some of my mom's possessions back to Texas with me. There's a grandfather clock that I got. There's another really, really old clock that belonged to my great grandmother that I'm going to get. And there's like a cabinet thing that I'm going to get, and then just some little things. But so what I'm going to probably end up doing is I'm going to fly to Southern California for the funeral. Then I'll ride with my sister, hopefully up to Sacramento, and I'll rent a truck. We'll fill up the truck, and I'll drive the truck back to Texas. Yeah, California's about to lose another rental truck. I'm sure that's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Oh yeah, I saw. I was talking while your comment came up. Dot. Yeah, my mom passed away. Um, Tuesday it'll be 2 weeks. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Well, yes, I like family heirlooms, and there are a few of them in the family, and so luckily I got all of them. There was an old cabinet or an old shipping thing that came with my great grandparents when they immigrated to the United States. It went through Ellis Island. It was a trunk, and my sisters always wanted that, and that's fine. I don't really have room for that, so we sort of agreed that I get the clocks and she gets the trunk. So that's good. And I'm glad to see my nephew and niece are picking up a bunch of things too. They're just going for little like things that were in the kitchen, because they both are kind of getting out on their own, and so they want things that remind them of grandmother, or, and also just to help them stock up on some of the stuff they're going to need out on their own. It's more when you move out the first time, it's more than just the rent that you have to deal with. You have to deal with all the things that you need to live. I know when I moved out on my own the first time, first time I only moved out on my own once, but when I moved out uh, and got my first apartment, I guess that's a better way of putting it. I waited about 3 or 4 months between when I was actually financially ready to rent an apartment and actually moving to get some of the stuff I was going to need, because I needed a refrigerator, I needed a microwave, I needed all sorts of the basic things that you need for a house or for an apartment the first time. That is true, Jeff. I think they'll like you too. You seem like a very likable guy. Thank you, Edward. I don't know. I don't know what happens to the channel when I die. I guess I'll probably just leave the videos up, and any ad revenue will go to some charity or something like that. Haven't really thought about it that much. Yeah, there are apartments that do that, but the apartment I moved into didn't. Now the one I lived in, when I first moved to Waco, that one did. That one came with a refrigerator, and there was actually a laundromat on the property. And it came with the range and the microwave and all that stuff. Yeah, you tell him, John. Or we'll have this guy who won't even show his face to the camera. He's going to take over. Are you serious? He's not any kind of. He's looking at me, showing his butt, aren't you? Really, Mr. Performer there. Yeah, he's my buddy. Yeah, exactly. 24 hours of bites butt. Yeah, that's what we changed the channel name to. Bites butt, right? Starting your favorite butt bite. I don't know what I'll do on Christmas. I may just kind of hang out, and I will do a live stream tomorrow, so tune in if you're interested in that. Same time, but haven't really figured out what I'm going to do for Christmas this year. No, the pool is empty, but not anymore because it's rained in the last about 36 hours. I think there's about an inch of water in it. So I'm going to have to get all that out again. Jeff's going out to eat. What's my address? 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. Go by my uh, pseudonym, Joe, or better yet, send it to Brandon. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. And thank you for the card yesterday, too. Did do a vlog on the Christmas vacation house model? No, because that was not like one of the village elements for the Shane Village. That came out of the package fully assembled. All I had to do is plug it in. Well, the liner's definitely got to be replaced because they told me that if you drain the pool and replace the wall, you're gonna have to replace the liner too. And the truth is, when I got the water emptied, I realized there's like a big gaping hole in the bottom of it. I don't think it was there when the pool was filled, but probably the shrinking of the liner, as you mentioned, caused that. Yeah, well, there's been what 6 or 7 years of sun damage and chemical damage from the water, and so yeah, it's uh it's time to do it if we're going to do it. The song, I've never heard of Buddy Brown, but Kamala got run over by a reindeer. That sounds funny. I always want to hear a joke, Darth. No, I haven't made the decision. That's something I'm going to think about gradually over the next couple months. I'll probably announce it on a live stream at some point or do a video on it. It's on YouTube. Okay. Hey, Brack, how are you? I'll have to do that. Yeah. Well, from the hole, it's on the bottom of the pool. Seems like there's a kind of a soft soil in there. It might even be something artificial. I don't know. What's a magician's favorite pet or animal? I don't know. A rabbit. Except that wouldn't be a joke. Okay, now we gotta wait on eggshells here to see what the answer is. The kitchen thing is on indefinite hold, so it'll either be the pool or the trees that happen this year, and I haven't decided yet which it's going to be. Would I consider an in-ground pool? I think I'd have a lot of the same problems. The big issue is that there's so much leaf waste that ends up in the pool that you're always going to have problems with leaves and acorns. The acorns I think are what was killing the pool vac, because they were dropping in there. One every 20 seconds would drop into that pool. This was a really prolific year for acorns in the yard. I noticed it in the front too. The pecans are just wild this year. Making lasagna this year. I actually made lasagna um, for Thanksgiving, and I still have one in the freezer. Usually, when I make lasagna, I make two of them. Labracadabra, dude. Oh, I can't even say that. Labracadabrador. Okay, yeah. No, I like the tree. The tree's not going anywhere. That's one of the things I really love about this house. There are five huge mature trees on the property, and the neighbor behind me has a big one that hangs over the yard, over the fence. So yeah, a lot of people have suggested the hot tub route. I don't know. It would definitely be easier to cover because I could just make something out of plywood that would cover it. You're making a turkey, huh? It's a big decision though, because I really like having the pool. Yeah, I don't know if I'd put it under the patio. If I adjusted to the new position at work, it's a lot of work. Holy cow. You know, I work crazy, crazy hard. But yeah, it's what I expected it was going to be. There's some things that are kind of boring, but some of the paperwork gets a little redundant and old after a while, but you got to do it. Yeah, you're right, Dot. I really like having the pool. I don't know, if I give it up, it's going to be a tough choice, but it's going to be about a big chunk of money to do it too. I don't know, but this is virtually going to be a brand new Doughboy because except for the like support pieces that hold the walls up, uh, it's going to be a new wall. And it's going to be a new liner. So it's probably about the same boat as I'm going to pay. Yeah, I'm thirsty this morning. 25 minutes into the live stream, I'm already through almost my first glass. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a couple $1,000s for the part that I'm doing, for the wall and the liner, plus whatever it is to install. I don't know. I think the hole in the pool is probably what Jeff kind of mentioned a little bit earlier. He was concerned that once you remove the water, the liner was going to shrink, and I think that's what happened. It shrank a little bit, and maybe a combination of that and the fact that it became a little bit brittle, being exposed to the sun and the chemicals in the pool for so long, that once it dried out, it got brittle and it just tore. Merry Christmas, Brad's brain. Yeah, that's sort of where I am too, Breck. I mean, it is kind of a pain sometimes, especially in the winter, because it's very very difficult. It's very very difficult to keep clean. Even with a cover on it, it's hard to do that. I was thinking this year, if the pool didn't have to, if I was just going to cover it up again, I was thinking about maybe getting a canvas tarp, something that would keep like the leaves out, but allow the water to soak through. Because I don't have a problem with rainwater getting in the pool. I just don't want the leaves to get in there. Well, the items for the pool would be big ticket items, and I don't know, I'd feel guilty asking for that. There've been people that suggested that I should put some big ticket items on the thing too, but I don't know. That feels wrong. Yeah, see, that's sort of what happened with my pool last year. When we got some leaves and stuff in it, and basically they were in there all winter. It was leaves that happened while I was putting the cover on, and they ended up sitting there all winter and kind of percolated in there and turned the whole pool you know kind of a green color, even though it was all covered. I don't know, that isn't a bad idea, Tracy, but I do kind of want to make the decision this year, and the truth is, with the you know I'll probably kind of hold off until like March or so when I make the decision, because I get my annual bonus in what, February or March every year, and last year was enough that I could have replaced the whole pool, and this year I'm making a lot more money, so I'm guessing the bonus will be bigger this year too. I've thought about I thought about an in-ground pool, but uh, that's going to be a lot more expensive, and it's going to be a lot of the same problems. I mean, granted, I wouldn't have wouldn't have the same issue with like liner, going bad. The liners in in-ground pools tend to be a little tougher. However, the advantage of an in-ground pool is it could be deeper, and I do like going swimming underwater and going deep. That's one of the things. You could dive into a pool like that too. New job will create a greater need for pool therapy. Yeah, you're right. Doctor's order, huh? All right. Like I said, it's going to be a tough decision if I have to do it. I like the pool, but the idea of fruit trees is appealing too, and it'd be a great project for the yard. Because basically, I think those bricks that I used when I built some of the planters in the backyard. The ones that you stack on top of them, the gray bricks. I was thinking, got him, basically going around the whole length of the pool with those bricks, maybe 3 layers high, filling it up with high quality topsoil so that it'd be a little above the yard. You'd actually step up into the area, and could do it that way. Well, and that might be it. That might be the answer, Connie. It could go either way. Yeah, I'd have to keep up with it, but I mean, I already kind of have varmints. There's raccoons and possums that are in the yard. I got to admit, I've never seen rats, but you know, possums and raccoons definitely. But it's sort of the same thing with the garden. I think that's part of the reason I go with the jalapenos because none of the varmints like them. Yeah, I don't know. Squirrels are kind of omnivores. I guess they probably eat them too. Yeah, that's true. But I like birds. And I've done what I can to make the yard bird friendly. I got feeders out. I got a bird bath out. So it happens. I've been thinking of what I'd do to keep the squirrels and other things out of the tree is probably line the trunk with uh, like some foil or something that the squirrels and other critters can't climb on, they can't dig into. Well, I like bats too, so that's not an issue. I've thought at a time it'd be fun to have a bat house on the property. See if we can attract any. I'm sure there's some in the Waco area. They're all over Texas. How cool would that be to have my own bat colony in my backyard? None of my immediate neighbors do. Yeah, I think I have seen now Home Depot sells have bat houses, but I'd probably build my own. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Well, we don't say that word on the live stream, but yeah, bat guano is a very good fertilizer. You have a bat house that I can have, huh? Sweet. Yeah, send it to that 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue address. Merry Christmas, Wendy. That's right, care of Joe. I know, right? Yeah, jacuzzi would be an option. Oh, you like the T-shirt? Yeah, Jordan got that for me when he went to Spain. Yeah, maybe Doughboy will sponsor. That'd be cool. To be big enough to get like a corporate sponsor like that. Yep. Yeah, that was when Jordan was the world traveler and he'd leave Jaw with me. Good old Jawbone. Flash has been hibernating for the past couple weeks. I check in on her every couple of days. I saw her last night. She's fine. Just sleeping in her box. Probably have to move her into the garage though. At some point next week, I think we're gonna get into the freezing levels at at night. I think we got a night or later this week. I think maybe that it's gonna be like 30 or 31 at night. Well, I like the squirrels. So I don't want John to take care of the squirrels. Honestly, I haven't been downtown in a few weeks. Yeah, there's Bite right there. I don't know how much in the mood he is for a belly rub at the moment, but I don't know. Sometimes when I pet him, he'll come down and visit. But then sometimes he's just lazy and content to lay there and be petted. Yeah, see, he's my buddy. Yeah, I thought that would be a good thumbnail for the live stream today. Just over there on the tree. Which one? Which one was that you're talking about? Is that one neighborhood last year that? Because I visited them. Oh, I think I live streamed it last year or the year before, didn't I? Yeah, not bad for an artificial tree, is it? Got that from my parents years and years ago, and up until last year, I'd never used it. But they had a nice tree. I don't know what I'm going to do for Christmas dinner. Um, last week I got a real well. This past week I got a really nice paycheck. So last weekend I went out and restocked the freezer. So I got a lot of meat. So maybe we'll cook something there. Maybe have a steak or something. Yeah, I'm seeing all of you. Actually, all I'm seeing right now is I got to look at this ugly dude. I don't know, Dot. Are you hitting on me? There you go. Yeah, we'll get like five finalists who all want to date me. That won't be a challenge. And then you guys vote on the one. Yeah, that would definitely be an odd one. I think of which one you're talking about. One was downtown in the building. Okay, Dot's not interested. All right. Okay. Gotta figure out who is here. That's already under the second glass of water. There was a woman that was hitting on me in the chat, but you don't think I noticed, huh? I tend to be kind of oblivious to that. The Alico building? I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old and I don't remember my own vlogs, but I don't remember doing a Christmas thing that was inside a building. I went to like a Christmas bazaar that was at the convention center, but I haven't really seen any of those. There were a couple of things I wanted to do this year. Uh, that were happening in Waco that I couldn't just because the schedule didn't work. It completely conflicted with when I went to California a couple weeks ago, and I'm hoping to come back next year. Apparently, there was a something called Waco Wonderland at the convention center, not the convention center, at the event center here, the Extraco Event Center, where they, had ice skating, all that kind of stuff. I wanted to do that this year, but it didn't work out well. Maybe next year. Hopefully, they'll do it again. Told your husband he's your second and last, huh? All right. Well, he better hold to then. He better appreciate that. He kind of came down to see me. It was almost like he was drunk. You're staggering there, dude. You've been drinking my vodka. Yeah, that was sort of a Christmas event. I didn't really know what I was getting into, but it was all just sorts of all sorts of Christmas crafts and stuff like that. How's my friend Matt doing with his channel? I'm glad to see he's sticking with it. If I have one criticism of Matt is he'll do something and then he'll get bored with it and he'll give up. And he's stuck with us. And he's got more videos now than I do. I'd like to see him get up to that magical number where he gets to monetize because he's definitely got enough content. And someday I'm hoping that people are gonna really pick up on that video. And when they do, it's gonna be good for him because he's got a huge library of stuff. He's got 12, 1,300 videos now. Sadly, only few of them get more than 100 views. Yeah, well, you'll notice always have it running in the background. What I really ought to do is move that monitor right onto the table behind me and have that whole part of the screen just be that. Except for the fact I'd cover up my Israeli flag if I did that. I think we should all have a beer together, huh? My understanding is the rock show that I went to last year is going to come back to town again this year. Yeah, I know. Make it look like I'm blue screening, right? I'd have to get a big monitor though, because it'd have to be, big enough to fill the whole screen. And when I get it back here, you're talking, I don't know, maybe a 60-inch screen to make it work. Yeah, I've thought the same thing, Nancy. I didn't think of tiki bars, but definitely like in the doctor's office, dentist's office. But I could see it. I could see it like people putting it on their monitor when they're at work. I'm not using my computer right now. I got to do some writing, so let's have some video behind me or in front of me. I'm sure Matt would appreciate it. And what they could do is do what I do at the start of when I start a live stream. I just press the play all button, and it just plays them back to back to back to back to back. Each one of them like 20 minutes. He's got 1,200 of them. A company could just start the thing every day, and it would run all day. Yeah. See, why wouldn't you do that though? You could turn up the volume and hear the crash of the waves. Yeah, it'd be great. You just heard a commercial. All right. Well, there you go. That the fact that you watched that is probably 1/100th of a penny that'll come to me. Use a promotional term. A team. Yeah, you're right. But it's a perfect vlog for him because he lives on Hawaii, on the Big Island, Hawaii, and he goes to the beach just about every day. It's a nice thing about Hawaii. It's pretty much the same temperature all year round. Everybody got really quiet all of a sudden here. Be careful, get the laptop too close to the edge or it'll tip. And our run is probably at work today. I honestly think he started his vlog because he saw me doing one. Yeah, maybe. Oh, you meant work. Okay, okay. I think I did blueberry muffins once as a vlog. They turned out pretty good. What am I getting myself for Christmas? I'm thinking I might go to the rock store today. See if I can find a pretty Christmas rock, assuming they're even open today. Yeah, blueberry muffins sound really good. I thought I did a blueberry muffin vlog once. It's hard to find that on the phone though. I have to get onto the desktop here. Oh, sounds like Tracy's checking out. Bet you my Betty Crocker book has a blueberry muffin recipe. No, you got to make blueberry muffins from scratch. That's a rule. God, now you got me thinking of blueberry muffins. I wonder if I get a good recipe in my Betty Crocker book. Hold on, I'm gonna go get it. Maybe that's what I'll vlog today. We'll make blueberry muffins. That would be good. Good for Christmas. My mom always had a Betty Crocker cookbook when I was a kid, when I was growing up, and so she got me kind of an updated version of it a number of years ago. Let's see here. Bread, cakes, pies. Pie, I don't know. Gotta dig through here and find it here. Cookies, desserts. I don't know. I'll look through there. Maybe I'll see if I can find one. Maybe Christmas movie. I don't know. Probably National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah, I know I made banana muffins, but well, banana bread, I think it was. Yeah, I knew you were going to do that, Dot. You're going to talk about me. You too, Dot. Merry Christmas. And I'll say it again. I'm going to do a live stream again tomorrow. So check in if you're interested. The closest I've ever gotten to the sphere in Vegas was when I went there, when I flew through Vegas on my way to California this time. And I could see it from the airport. It was on. It was during the day though, so I have to go get some more water here. Halfway through the live stream, and I've still got I've only got a quarter of a glass or half a glass of water left. Yeah, it's well, maybe it is back here. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I do have it. I was noticing that they have it broken down into sections, and let's see, and then each section had like a table of contents. Yeah, the only actually thing that I see is blueberry pie. Oh wait, here we go. So they got blueberry banana bread, blueberry cobbler, blueberry crisp. There's blueberry muffins. Page 67. Let's see. Hard to get the pages separated here. Okay, let's see what that looks like here. Oops. 3/4 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, an egg, 2 cups all-purpose flour, half a cup sugar, 2 teaspoons baking powder, half a teaspoon salt, 1 cup fresh canned, drained, or frozen blueberries. That sounds pretty good. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some blueberries. Should I do blueberry muffins today? That'd be an easy thing to do because um, I think with the exception of the blueberries, I have all that stuff in inventory. Easy on the vodka, yeah, right. I got a drinking problem here. Your project today is to toast bread for stuffing, huh? Okay. I did a live stream cooking show once when I was in the apartment, but it'd be a little weird having to do a live stream um, going to the grocery store. That would be odd. Yeah, I got to go to the grocery store. Okay, here's where my grocery store is, and now you can see me drive home, and oh yeah, that's my house. Muffins with a dash of vodka, huh? That would definitely make the live stream more interesting. It liquid muffins, yeah, exactly. They just pour down your throat. It's really quiet in here again. No, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the pool yet. Spicy muffins, yeah, there you go. I'm actually whipping up a batch of jalapeno and serrano and ghost pepper salt. Something that my mom told me that someone introduced her to a while ago. Basically, you grind up a bunch of peppers and mix it in with salt, and you can pour it on like salt. It's got a nice little bite to it. This is going to be the hottest one I've ever made, though, because I've never put ghost peppers in them before. Rum balls. I don't remember. I don't think I've ever had rum balls. I don't know. Do they even make those anymore? Yeah, it's hard to get one of the ingredients here in Texas, so that would make for a Merry Christmas, though, wouldn't it? And what you really mean, Darth, is muffins that are made in a pot, right? No, not legal in Texas. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Chocolate filled with tequila in Mexico. Never had that either. Is it any good? Which Supreme Court decision? There were a couple of them that were this week, I recall. Make some vodka ice cubes. You know what? I keep vodka in the freezer, and I don't get a cold enough to freeze. I guess vodka has a much colder freezing temperature. The Supreme Court regarding Trump, the Supreme Court needs to step in and just stop that whole thing. That's crazy. They're trying to get him invalidated to go on the ballot by claiming he's responsible for an insurrection, but they haven't charged him with an insurrection. Yeah, that was sort of the approach I took to Brad or Brad's brain. I don't know. Maybe I'm not talking to Brad and I'm talking to Brad's brain, but that was the approach I took too. I moved into an apartment. Glad I didn't stay there. I mean, it was for that for the for the neighborhood and stuff like that. I guess it was probably a lower middle class neighborhood, but it wasn't the same kind of problems you had there that you'd have like in a lower middle class neighborhood in California because the people were nice and there wasn't a lot of crime and that stuff. But the place was a toilet, and I guess I moved in there and realized that isn't the place I wanted to be. But it allowed me to find the place I did want to be, and now I'm there. So yeah, I never really had any problem with the neighbors in the apartment there, except for the fact that the people in the apartment next to me had kids, and when the kids ran up and down the stairs, it was like a herd of wildebeest were running there. Yeah, I figured it was something like that, bad, Brad. Yeah, I've always made sure that when I was in an apartment there, I was on the top floor. My apartment in California was, I wanted to be on the top floor. I didn't want anyone, you know, banging around on top of me. And even the apartment I had here, there was, it was a two-story apartment, so I had stairs going upstairs. So I would be the person banging around. Yeah, it worked out well for me, but I mean, it was nice, that I had the money from the house. That was the thing that made this whole thing possible. I'd probably still be in California if I were in an apartment, but I held that house for like 22 years and it built up a lot in the value. No, I tried to be really considerate of my neighbors. I didn't bounce around a lot. I walked slowly. I wasn't somebody that made a lot of noise. So I tried to be courteous of that. Really haven't made a plan yet about the trees. I've got kind of an idea in my head of how I'd like it to be. I'm thinking maybe if I remove the pool, uh, building up a layer of like landscaping bricks around the perimeter of the pool, filling it in with soil, and having like a 25-foot diameter, uh, circle in the middle of the yard, and then putting the trees in that. I could put some paving stones in the middle of it, and plant some smaller stuff in there too. It'd be nice. but I haven't made a decision yet whether it's going to be the pool or the trees. Because I got that walkway that goes out to the pool, so I probably just probably just figure out what the diameter, what the distance to the walkway is from the center of the pool, and then just make a circle that goes all the way around that with the stones. That's going to cost a lot of money to do that, though, too, because I'm going to probably need at least 3 layers of it, and we're dealing with something that probably in the end of the day is going to be 27 or 28 feet in diameter. That's going to be a lot. Let's see here. Let's see what it is here. Let's see find out what the circumference is. Let's see here. Does that have pi? No, we'll do that one then. I think that one does pi. Yeah, there's pi. 2 pi times the radius, which is, if we're going to do 28 feet, it'd be 14 feet. So, yeah, the circumference is almost 88 feet. And so that's 88 bricks per row because the bricks are about a foot wide. And so 88 bricks times 3 rows at least. Yeah, that's going to be some money. So you're looking at what, 100 and, what are we looking, 100 and 270, 250, 260, 270 bricks. They weigh like 15 pounds a piece. So that's going to be several trips with the trailer. No, it's got to be the pool or the trees. It can't be both. There isn't enough room out there. I don't know. The soil might have been too hard. I would have loved to have because I was going to have what, blackberries and raspberries and all that. None of them survived. Maybe I'll try it again. This time we'll put them in pots. So that might even be the way to go too with them, because then I can move them, if I wanted to. All right, you got to forgive me for a second here. I got to go get some more water. I've emptied all my water here, and I got another 40 minutes of live stream to go here. So we're going through more water this time. I have a drinking problem. I drink too much water. On a positive note, I'll really have to pee at the end. Okay, back to the show. I'm not aware of my neighbors having fruit trees. Now, there's like a vine that grows on the wall that separates the neighbor next door. It has some berries on it, but I don't think they're edible. I think they're just decorative. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. I just don't think the conditions maybe were right for those. Oh man, yeah, that'd be difficult. Living in an apartment above a bar, especially one that hosts fans. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. That's one of the things I like about Waco is it's really quiet at night. One of the things I really like about the block I live on too is it's really dark at night. I like it dark and quiet when I sleep. Mike's looking out the window. Yeah, yeah, I'm a huge fan of ceiling fans too. I liked having them in the house in California. I had them in the apartment in Waco, and of course I have them here too. Always have the ceiling fan going during a live stream. Not very much else other time, but during a live stream, it definitely feels nice to have kind of the air circulating around. And I have one in the master bedroom that's on all the time. Any traditional Christmas movies I watch? No, not really. I mean, I'll probably put. I've said this before. One of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes is an episode called Night of the Meek, which is sort of a Christmassy story, and I'll probably put that on and watch it tonight. I often do that on Christmas Eve. That's the closest thing to my Christmas movie tradition. And the nice thing is, the entire Twilight Zone series is on Netflix, so that's you can see them there. Yeah, I think it is Art Carney in that one. I think he plays Santa Claus. It's called Night of the Meek. Yeah, it's a fun little Christmas episode. It's a story about a department store Santa Claus who drinks, and he says he gets fired for being drunk as Santa Claus, and um, ends up in a bar and reminiscing with his friends, saying, "I wish I could be a real Santa Claus," and then he gets his wish. I don't know. I'll turn it on sometime tonight. As with the Twilight Zone episodes, it's only a half hour long. Less when you factor in the commercials. I got my first and really only copyright strike because of that episode. Because it was a year or two ago, I tried to go live with did a live stream where I went live with that episode playing, and it took about 3 or 4 minutes, and YouTube figured out what I was doing. They cut the live stream, I wonder though if if they picked up on it based on the Twilight Zone theme at the beginning. I wonder if I did it without the theme, if they'd still figure it out. Hey, bye. You down this hall looking at us here? Walking this way now that you heard your name. Figured maybe there's some treats ready for you, huh? Yeah, that one's called Living Doll. I love that one too. That's a classic. There's a bunch of them though that are really great. Eight o'clock Eastern time. I don't know. It'd be 7 o'clock here. Meow. But you just found the Twilight Zone episode? Like I said, I think the whole series is on Netflix. Oh, you can get them on Prime. Okay. Yeah, it's on Netflix, I think. Because I think I got. Look at my list here. I think it's on my list. Oh, it needs to update. Oh, while it's doing that, yeah, it's a good episode. If you know, it's not a scary episode. You know, sometimes the Twilight Zone, some of them can be that. This one's just strange. It's about a guy who gets to be Santa Claus for one night, and then he wishes he could do it every year, and then he gets that wish too. Okay, let's open it here. I don't think I've ever logged in. Okay, I guess it's still figured out who I am here. Let's. I'm just thinking, you know, first thing on the list should be my list. Let's see. I don't see it here. Let's see. I know I got it. Maybe it's on my Paramount Plus. Okay, it says they don't have that. So yeah, I know I have it somewhere in a digital format. So maybe it's on Paramount Plus. Let's see here. And I don't have it configured for this phone. So, okay, I've wasted enough time. Was it written by Sterling? I don't know um, if that one was written by Sterling. You like the non-traditional? Yeah, I like some non-traditional stuff too. Ah, yes. Okay, there's 28 of you in here, but only Susan and Lindex are talking. Somebody else have something to say? Yeah, there we go. Cheers to you too, Nancy. So you guys, I got to all pick up the slack a little bit because Rhonda's not here to carry the conversation. There's Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. Yeah, it's probably on YouTube too. Wouldn't surprise me. No, I don't have any gifts this year. Yeah, no, there's going to be an empty Christmas tree this year. I'm going to have to get my own gifts. I'm thinking I'm going to run over to the rock shop and get myself something there. I haven't been there in a few weeks. Toasting bread is better than having a beer. I don't know. I don't think I could agree with that. Yeah, well, Christmas is kind of weird this year because of my mom. So, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misread that. Okay, I can accept that. Toasting bread probably is better while having a beer. Sorry, sometimes I misread. I thought it said better than having a beer, and I can't agree with that. Not even close. In fact, I'd say having a beer is better than toasting bread. Yeah, just scared by the way. I thought maybe it'd make the couch a little bit more inviting if I got the cookbook off the couch. Then he'd maybe be willing to come over. Instead, we just scared him away. Oh well. My mom always used to do a Christmas letter. Obviously, we didn't get one this year, um, but I was thinking maybe I'd do one next year. She wanted a Christmas picture for me, and because last year she had the photo that we shot when I was there for her birthday, and so that was her Christmas picture last year. But this year it was going to be just a pictures of my sister and a picture of myself and a picture of my mom. But that didn't exactly work out. Let's see, I could do the whole thing here because I've got the computer, I've got the printer, I've got the ability to do photos. So we could very easily do that. It wouldn't have to be a whole lot of them. One to my sister, one to my uncle on my dad's side, one of my uncle family on my mom's side, one to a few friends. You know how it is. Much as a stamp in the U.S. I don't even know. I haven't bought stamps in forever. Because I mean, even I don't even mail bills anymore. I do that all electronically. Bank takes care of it. Is it up to 55 or 60 cents? That's insane. I'm so old. I remember when it was 13 cents. Yeah, that's probably rising cost of postage. It's a factor, especially when everybody's doing everything email now. Yeah, I am that old, Spaniel Mom. And of course, you get less production. You got to charge everyone more because you still got to keep the bloated bureaucracy going. No, I haven't made any decisions on the pool. The truth is, with my altered shooting schedule, um, any video that you see will have been produced either that day or the day before. And so, when I posted that video last week, that was the day after it had been shot. So it isn't like, on Jordan's videos where you can look at his video and say, oh, he's in such and such a place. No, he was in such and such a place 3-4 weeks ago when he shot that video, you know. So not a lot of time has passed, but I do want to do something. It'll probably be when my bonus comes in, what, February or March, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do then. Yeah, thanks. I thought it was appropriate to show my support. We'll go back to the Texas flag at some point, but I stand with Israel. At least until they do more than defend themselves. Maybe old fashioned, but to me, if you're the group that's taking hostages, raping women, beheading babies, you're never the good guy. Sorry, just doesn't work that way. That's what one of the things that was so ironic too, when the talking point out of the left was, Israel's got to show proportionality. Okay, well, proportionality means Israel goes into Gaza, kidnaps citizens, beheads babies, rapes women. That's what proportionality is. And I don't think that the media would accept that. Well, that was a conversation stopper, wasn't it? Never know which way things are going to go on the live stream. 66 cents? That is insane. Not sure what a forever stamp is. A forever stamp is a stamp where you buy it, and even if the price goes up in the future, that stamp will work. So what you want to do is buy a bunch of forever stamps, and then you'll never have to deal with rate increases again. At least until they decide forever isn't actually forever. Because it used to be, they just have a value of the stamp. When it was 13 cents, there'd be a little 13 on the stamp. And so if the postage went to 15 cents, you had to put a 13 cent plus two 1 cent stamps on it. But now you can, if you get the ones that say forever, they're good forever. Yeah, well, that's it. I can't tell you the last time I bought stamps. It was probably when I still lived in California. There were a bunch of John F. Kennedy stamps. Yeah, that's from the John F. Kennedy era, or like something that they made afterwards. Because if they're like John F. Kennedy era when he was alive, those might be worth some money. Yeah, me too, Yvonne. I pay my bills online. Not of the era. Okay. Light's back. Meow, meow. We'll see if he pops up here. He may. Yeah, I knew he'd probably pop up here eventually. He's always looking for some attention or the brush. You like the brush, don't you? Yeah, I thought about. I'm thinking maybe I'll do a blueberry muffin vlog today. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. I mean, it's sad. I'm gonna miss her, but I'm glad she's not suffering anymore. Because her last few weeks, were very tough. She was confined to a bed the whole time. She didn't want to eat. She just and she had so much trouble breathing. But hopefully my visit was good because one of the things that we were having problems with is she refused to take her medicine at the end. She didn't think it worked, and so the doctors kept telling her you should take this, you should take this. No, no, I'm not going to take that. And then she ended up in the emergency room one night because she didn't do what she was told. And the next day, we met with a social worker and the hospice person, and my sister and I met with them and had a discussion about what we were going to do about this. And went in as a united front and says, look, it's got to start with you taking your medicine. Last night, and I told her this, last night was completely avoidable. And what did they do? You insisted on going rather than taking what the doctors at the hospice place said. She refused to do it and insisted that she go to the emergency room. And basically, the emergency room, they did exactly the same thing that they were trying to do in her hospice place. And you know, I think she was more attuned to taking her medicine because there were three things. There was a sort of an anti-anxiety thing. There was morphine, which she was paranoid about because my dad was on morphine at the end, and they kept having to turn up the dose on him. And my mom convinced herself that he didn't die from what they say he died of. She convinced herself that he died from the morphine, and they basically just put him to sleep. And so she was very negative on the morphine, didn't want to take that, and that helps open up the breathing a little bit. And then there was also like an inhaler thing that she was supposed to take. She didn't want to do that either. But afterwards, she was more receptive to taking that, and that was a good thing because there were no more of those weird situations. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of craving blueberry muffins too. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a blueberry vlog muffin. Now, since my videos usually go up at noon now, obviously we've missed that because it's almost 1 o'clock. But probably see one tomorrow. Maybe we'll try and do a couple vlogs maybe this week. See if I can find something fun to do. Tomorrow's Christmas, so nothing's going to be open. But I think in the past, I've just kind of wandered around downtown on Christmas Day, and it's kind of nice to do that. Yeah, well, that's sort of my thought too, Lindex. It wasn't the morphine that killed my dad; it was the morphine that made his passing comfortable. Because if without that, he would have been in severe pain for the last day or two of his life, and I wouldn't have wanted that to happen. My mom wouldn't have wanted that to happen. So I'm glad for the morphine. Oh, there's Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Yeah, see, I'm kind of an introvert, but so I don't mind actually being alone. Plus the fact, you know, I'm not really alone now. I'm here talking to 26 of my friends. No, we just figured you were at work today. Can get Rhonda to carry a little of the conversation here. My voice is getting hoarse. I've been through 3 glasses of water, Rhonda. Actually, I think it's just because I'm really thirsty, but you took the craziest day of the year off. That was a good thought. Oh, Jessica's home. That's cool. I guess that you'd want to have her home for Christmas. If you're not wanting to be home, be alone, you talk too much. Do you talk to yourself? I mean, that's not really crazy. I'm doing it right now. I've been carrying on a conversation with myself for 2 hours. How crazy is that? Somebody's dog just got out, but I guess they just caught him. Yeah, I figured as much. You talk to yourself because you need an expert opinion. Yeah, I hear you. I'm sort of the same way. You would talk in your sleep, huh? I used to sleepwalk a lot. It was weird when I did it when I was an adult. I'd actually be aware that I was up and what I was doing, but couldn't remember why. It's like my brain was shut off, and eventually I'd say, I'd say to myself, "Why am I up?" And and then I'd just go back to bed, and that would be the end of it. but I'd remember it the next day. It's weird. I don't know of very many people that sleepwalk and remember doing it. You got woke up during it one time and freaked you out, huh? Started looking for car keys and would leave the house. Yeah, okay, that could be scary. I never managed to leave the house. But when I was at the house in California, for instance, a number of times I'd get up at night and go out of my bedroom and look out the window that was outside my bedroom. And then I started thinking, okay, why am I up? What am I up to do? And I never could remember what it was. And I said, well, nuts to this. If I can't even remember why I'm up, I'm going back to bed. And that's how it would end. Now I don't remember doing it when I was a kid. My parents said I sleptwalked all the time. Tied to the, you tied the arm to the bed one time and woke up yelling, and now you don't do that anymore. That's probably a good idea. Well, I'll probably do the vlog today, but I usually post my vlogs at noon, and we're way past that. So that's what the new schedule of posting and stuff like that. That's kind of how that's going to work. Is you know it's not going to be a video where I'll shoot it and then sit on it for a week or 2 weeks and post it. Then it will come up. They're all going to be more contemporary. It'll be like you know anything you see from here on out, for the most part, will be uh, something I shot in like the last 24 hours. The only exception being is if I go someplace and shoot a whole bunch of things, then it might be a whole bunch of videos, that pop up one day apart. Because I won't put more than one video up a day. But Merry Christmas, everyone! Merry Christmas, Charlotte! Merry Christmas, Logan! Merry Christmas, Jessica! I do want to go do that Hecho and Waco Mexican restaurant. That's supposed to be really good, and I've seen it a bunch of times. It's literally like a block from the Magnolia Silos, and so anytime you're walking in the downtown area, you're going to see that place. Now there's a girl at work that's been hitting on me for a few years, but she's a gold digger, so I'm not taking her seriously. It's too bad too, because she's cute, she's nice, she's friendly. She's got a lot of attractive personalities and features about her. But I think I'm a nice guy. I think I deserve somebody who wants to be with me, not just somebody looking for a paycheck. Yeah, it looks like Mark's checking out. We're coming to the end of this anyway. Merry Christmas, John. Yeah, yeah. I'll make sure to tell her that a 4-year-old in Canada is telling her to back off. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you too. Yeah, I'll be here. I'm gonna do a live tomorrow. So stop by. It'll be the normal time, 11 o'clock uh, Central Time, I guess, is where we are now. This is Central Time. She's 5 now. Okay. Well, there we go. That's a whole different thing. That'll have way more credibility. Yeah, sorry. A 5-year old in Canada tells you to back off because she I'm taken. Yeah, that'll work. My sister's got a lot of planning to do for things, but and she took my mom's death a lot more difficult. It was a lot harder on her, I think, than it was on me. I think because she was a part of it, of the whole thing. I only saw my mom for about a week, and I was a long ways away from it. But yeah, I mean, we all knew it was coming, and we've all come to terms with it, and it's sad, but I keep taking solace in the fact that she's no longer suffering because her last couple of weeks weren't very pleasant. It's hard to know you're dying and to not be able to breathe and know that the next time you have some crisis breathing, that might be it. But I think we got her to take her meds at the end, and that hopefully made her more comfortable. Yeah, she's back with my dad. And I think that sort of was kind of what was going on at the end. I think she just realized that she doesn't want to be here anymore. She wants to be with my dad, and I think at that point you kind of give up. And when you stop trying, when you give up, then that's when things kind of start going downhill. I wouldn't know how to do that. I don't know if I could start at this point because it hasn't been watered in a few weeks. Do I get the box that I made for her? No, I think we've decided that the box is going in the coffin with her. So that means a lot because that's a memory of their 50th wedding anniversary. The sand and the shells were collected on that trip from the beach that was there, and so I definitely saw that when I was at her apartment. Yeah, I was happy. That was my sister's idea, but I was really happy about that. Anyway, I got my 2 hours in today, so I think I'm going to pull the plug on this one. I'm going to probably run over to the rock shop and get myself a Christmas present, and then I'm going to come back and do some blueberry muffins. You'll see a vlog tomorrow on that probably, and then we'll play it by ear, see what happens from then on out. Um, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to come by tomorrow because we're going to do another live stream tomorrow, normal time, 11 o'clock Central Time, and hope to see all you then. Until then, oops, push the laptop out of the way here. Until then, Merry Christmas.